Peace and blessings. Happy Wednesday morning. Let's talk about it today, y'all. Let's talk about the newest narrative out right now that they're saying about the Philadelphia Eagles and Jalen Hurts. Started by WIP because they wanted to know, is this an attractive job? Then you saw people like Ocho and them come out with headlines to say that nobody wants to play with Jalen Hurts. Then you got other shows that have jumped on the narrative, and people are, now just because Mike McDaniel picked the Los Angeles Chargers, now it's supposedly because of Jalen Hurts, that he wants to go with a better quarterback, a quarterback who hasn't won one single playoff game, right? But look, that's his personal choice. Wherever you want to go. Now we're hearing rumors about Brian Daboll might not be coming to Philly. Newsflash, it's like 30 jobs open right now. Literally. Damn near 30 jobs open. At least half of 30, 15 jobs open right now. How come they don't say he would rather, how come he didn't go play with Baker Mayfield in that explosive offense? Because they got an offensive coordinator job open. Why didn't they say he didn't want to go to, the Buffalo Bills with Josh Allen? Why didn't they say he didn't want to go to the Baltimore Ravens, right? Or the Arizona Cardinals, or the Cleveland Browns, or the Pittsburgh Steelers? Why are they focusing in once again on Jalen Hurts? That's the narrative. Look for it. It's all out there today. It's starting, guys. It's starting. It's starting, and I'm ahead of it. Available OCs don't want to come to Philly because of Jalen Hurts. That's the new narrative that these clowns are trying to push right now. When there could be tons of other reasons, and Jalen Hurts is the last reason. People got preferences. Mike McDaniel. Let's start with Mike McDaniel, right? Think about him. How he would look in Philly. This guy is wearing capri shorts and shit, Air Force Ones. He want to be in a warm weather place, bro. And think about it. He's so great, and I like them as a candidate. Miami hasn't won a playoff game since in 26 years. He had Tyreek Hill. He had Tua. He had Waddle. He had great tight ends, good defenses, mediocre to good defenses, decent offensive lines. He couldn't get it done there with all his scheming and all his quarterback that's so cerebral and the fastest wide receivers. He couldn't get it done. He couldn't get it done. Let me read this. WP is a disgusting display of the city of Philadelphia. This isn't Jalen Hurts' fault. Everything, these people want everything to be Jalen Hurts. Everything. Oh, it's Jalen. I was watching a show where a guy kept asking questions. Well, does Jalen Hurts? Get off of his dick, man. Damn. Everything got to be Jalen Hurts. Oh, they don't want to come to Philly because of Jalen. Oh, come on, man. Jalen Hurts is a certified baller, certified winner. He won more than Justin Herbert. They didn't even interview the guy. There's probably certain places he didn't want to go, but it had nothing to do with Jalen. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that the organization might not let him have full autonomy. Remember, Cliff Kingsbury, which they don't bring this up, the Eagles were going to hire him, but they didn't let him have his own staff and personnel. They wanted to keep certain guys. Cliff said no. Cliff still hasn't been in the building, to my knowledge. So what are we talking about? AJ might not be there. The offensive line is playing like shit. Philadelphia is a tough city. People's coaches' houses getting egged. I'd rather go to LA where it's warm, it's beautiful, it's sunny. There's no meat. They don't really care about football like that. They talk about Lakers and the Dodgers over there. Nobody gives a shit about football in LA and beaches. Like, come on, man. Let me read a couple comments before I keep cooking. Right, and the Eagles got to pick the best OC. Mike going to be fired because Justin Herbert is right. He's going to be fired soon because they're not going to win anything because Justin Herbert can't get over the hump. I mean, Carlos, I saw now coaches don't want to play with Jalen. I swear a few days after the media proved their bias towards certain quarterbacks and they come out with this info. Right. How come they don't say McDaniels didn't want to go play with Josh Allen? Or McDaniels didn't want to go play in Tampa? Because Tampa had him on the list as well. Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans, Bucky Irvin, Amika Ibuka, Godwin, a stout defense. Why he didn't want to go to Tampa? Why's it got to be about Jalen? You see Speak Easy try to spin that narrative? Like they keep the rod of Jalen in their mouth. Ocho, you keep, Jalen Hurts has gotten them a lot of money, man. A lot of views. You right. I seen it, Speak. I seen it, Carlos. That was the topic on Speak Easy. How these guys are former players to say some of the most remedial stuff out of their mouth. It's crazy, bro. Why wouldn't you? I would love to coach Jalen Hurts. Are we serious? A dual threat? A guy that can make every throw? And they was putting it up there right now. The throw that Caleb made the other day was extraordinary. But if we remember, Jalen Hurts made a similar type throw to Zacchaeus against the Bills. It wasn't the same, but it was close to it. And that video has been circulating. That clip has been circulating on the internet as well. So all these throws that only certain quarterbacks can make, where are they? Show me them. Because I seen Jalen Hurts throw a pass to Deshaun Jackson that was in the air for 65 yards. Y'all remember that play? I seen him throw dots to Devontae Smith, dots to A.J. Brown, dots to Dotson. So that narrative about, then they say, oh, McDaniel, he needed a quarterback that plays on time. Well, if Herbert plays so much on time, why can't he get out the first round of the playoffs? What, the offensive line shouldn't matter. If the ball's coming out so quick, if the ball's coming out in 1.3 seconds, I stand up, the ball should be out. So what are we talking about, an offensive line? If the ball's coming out and he's such a quick processor. This shit is ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous. The most important thing about Jalen, he's always willing to learn more and become better as a player. Absolutely. And if you could throw the football, right, I can use you. They trying to make it seem like he's some dummy that can't do certain things. There's nothing he can't do, in my opinion. There's nothing the man can't do. They keep, that's the attack they try to have, and especially with Jalen Hurts, right? Like he's limited. I asked you, how is he limited? I never heard why he's limited. When Sileo tried to do it, Joe Theismann cut his throat. Joe Theismann, you talking about a fat journeyman lineman, right? He can't tell you how a quarterback processes, but Theismann can. And Theismann was like, hold on, no. Certain defenses make you hold on to the ball. And he said he thinks when Jalen Hurts knows where to go, the ball comes out. When he doesn't, it doesn't. And if it did, it would probably be a lot of interceptions and turnovers like Josh Allen. I mean, let's just be common sense here. Common sense. You know? So there's nothing he can't do. Don't let the media try to swing this narrative. And let me pull this image up real quick, because here are some of the head coaching openings. Did any of these? I don't think any of these positions been filled yet that I know of. I know they're talking about Dayball going to the Buffalo Bills, probably. Oh well, that's the way I look at it. As long as we get the right guy, we might not get the exact guy, but as long as we get the right guy. To me, a lot of these guys are qualified. If you called plays before, if you had some success, you're qualified. Period. In my opinion, anything's gonna be better than Kevin Patullo. Anything. So right now, head coaching openings. The Bills still open. The Ravens didn't name a coach yet. The Arizona Cardinals didn't name a coach yet. Las Vegas. So these are options. This is what almost 11 options right here. Actually, more, because once they get a head coach, it's going to be coordinator. It has nothing to do with the Philadelphia Eagles, bro. This is options. This is almost 15 options on the table. No McDaniel, no McDaniel, no Dayball. Never wanted Dayball though. He's going to be the Bills. He's going Tennessee most like. Yeah, I mean, I like them. The name is cool, but when you really look at him, I mean, what success has he really had though? When you really look at it, McDaniel, what success is he? My thing is, okay, all that shit is cute. The motion shit is cute. It's cute. But what success have they had? Where have they won? Where are the winners at? That's what I'm talking about. You know? He's going to go to Tennessee to die. He's going to relegate himself to a fucking quarterback's coach. He's going to go from offensive coordinator to a quarterback's coach. He's going to go on a downward spiral. You come to Philly, you're going to be a head coach, bro, because we know we're going to win. You know Jalen's going to rise to the occasion. You know? So there's a lot of still qualified candidates out. Don't let the media do this. I'm here to beat their ass up. Every time I see a crazy narrative, I'm coming on here live and I'm destroying this shit. Because this is clearly not true. Look at that screen. Let me kind of make it a little bit bigger. Look at that. So when you hire these people, when Buffalo hires a coach, they got to hire coordinators, right? When Baltimore hires a coach, they got to hire coordinators. So let's go with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got at least 8 offensive coordinator positions open right now. 8. Right? And that's what we're looking for. So he had 9 choices. He didn't pick Tampa, right? Which is an offense probably, I would say, better than the Chargers, of close to it when they're clicking. He didn't pick Baker. How come the narrative is he didn't want to play with Baker Mayfield? How come they're not talking about how Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers collapsed this year? You know? How come they're not talking about that? How come they're not talking about that? Do I think he's going to do a great job in Los Angeles? I think he'll do a good job, but is he going to win? Probably not. Look at all the competition. Is he going to get out the first round of the playoffs? Probably not. They glazed this guy coming from college, and they couldn't get out of the first round. I don't want to hear shit about the offensive line, because when Jalen has a bad offensive line, he's supposed to overcome that shit, right? He needs everything to be perfect, like this one clown said. So it should be the same thing with Herbert. He's a fast processor. He can run. He's big. He got a cannon arm. The offensive line shouldn't affect him. We know it does, but it shouldn't, because the ball's coming out so fast. He's not holding on to the ball, like they like to say. Alfredo, I get that Miami, they suck all around. We have a great organization with great players. I mean, yeah, but they ain't always sucked though, Alfredo. They didn't always suck. A couple of years ago, they were contenders, bro. Well, let's keep it a bean, bro. That year when we beat them, when they had Fangio and McDaniel, they were considered contenders that year. So they didn't always suck. He's been there for a few years. He couldn't get him over the hump. I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm just telling you what it is. Tiffany Simpson. Let me get back to the screen. All right. Everybody's talking about no one wants to come to Philadelphia. That's not the issue. The issue is everyone wants to go and play in the sun and dance around in their capris on the solid. And you ain't got to pay no state taxes in Florida, bro. Pennsylvania is one of the most highest tax states in the world, in the country. I would go to Florida too. Like this, some things just common sense. Just put it. My thing is, okay, just put it all on the table before we start this wanting to attack the black quarterback all the time. Just put it all on the table. You pay less taxes in certain places. It's less media pressure in certain places, right? It's less media pressure. It's nobody really cares like that in LA. And Tampa is not that. Philly is the most pressure out of all, the most passionate fan base in the world. You're going to have pressure every second of your life, bro. Every second of your life if you're underachieving. Don't try to make it seem like the quarterback is so. And for the haters out there, how is the quarterback limited? Because they say he can't throw over the middle, but last time I checked, the pass that was dropped was AJ over the middle. So either he can't pass over the middle or he don't like to pass over the middle, but nevertheless, he passed over the middle when we needed him to, and the guy dropped it. So how is he limited? I just don't understand how a guy has been to a Super Bowl twice, who's 70% in the pocket, who's 70% career percentage winning, right? Who has been to 2 Super Bowls and won the Super Bowl, outdo the best quarterback probably in the last 10 to 15 years, arguably with Tom Brady. How is he limited? Please, somebody tell me. Hey, Toppin, what up? The coaching search is nothing new. Everybody's making a big deal. And it's like, this is an anomaly type of year, guys. You talking about a year where it was 10 head coaches or something? You know, it's not normal. It's usually 3 or 4, maybe 5. But it's a lot of openings out there. It's a lot of pickings to pick. A lot. What up, E Money Bentley? Go Birds for sure. A lot, y'all. Give me a 30-second station identification. Hold on. Stick around. So yeah, don't let them spin a narrative, y'all. Don't let them spin that weird ass narrative. The Eagles and Sirianni pays people's bills for sure. Like, why are they going? Why out of all? I could see if it was just between 2 jobs, but come on, it's like 50 jobs out there that people could choose from. Carlos, let's be real. Philadelphia is the hardest place to play in any sports. Lots of former Philadelphia players say if you can't play in Philly, you won't be able to play anywhere. It's easier. Yeah, it's easier. O'Reilly Auto Park. Yeah, like I was listening to Diana Rossini yesterday, and she ain't got no more information than we got. Talking about it, dude asked her, "Was you think AJ's gonna be out of here?" Whatever the case may be, and you know, she said it's up to him, and we know that. We already know that. She is not nothing like, you know, and they talking to people in a building and whatnot, and you know, the NFL can find out who's talking, yo. Like they got so much technology, people's phones is bugged, so they know who's talking. Like the people in the Eagles organization know who's talking, and those are the people that you see usually getting the hell out of there. You know what I mean? They know. Trust me, they know. KP wasted a Super Bowl season and another Super Bowl MVP for Jalen. Yeah, man. If we had a competent coordinator, bro. Come on, man. If we had a competent coordinator, come on. A Toppin, the white lame stream media always takes jabs at Jalen Hurts and the other black QBs. I'm sick and tired of them making up these racist false narratives about Jalen and other black quarterbacks. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, dog. It's to the point where it's embarrassing. It's disgusting at some time. And I'm glad now that platforms are starting to speak up, yo. I am so happy that people are starting to speak up. I'm so happy that we fighting the power that's be. That independent media is coming up, right? And even some people with bigger platforms even speaking up. You know? So I appreciate that, you know, for the people that say it, because it's a voice that the other side needs to have a voice, yo. Because Jalen's never gonna say nothing. But damn it, we gonna fight for you. I won't miss my man's comment, Alfredo. This search is probably gonna take another 2 weeks. Offensive coordinators don't want to come here until they know if Jalen's going to run, if AJ's still going to be here, and if Goddard or Lane's going to be here. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's again, those are things we got to put on the table. Don't just say, oh, it's because of Jalen Hurts. No. It's a lot of factors. It's all the stuff that I named and the stuff that brother named. AJ Brown might not even be here. The offensive line is playing like shit. Guys is declining. Saquon didn't look the same. Jalen ain't running. Like, yeah, these are factors. These are factors. Because I think if you have all of that stuff, you're a contender, and that makes it more attractive. That's a fact. Good one. Good one. Jalen's going to have to start speaking up if he wants to stay successful. Yep. Yeah, A-Top, make some videos, bro. Just put the phone on and talk, man. Put the phone on and talk, bro. Put the phone on and talk, man. I'm actually using an iPhone right now. I got fancy cameras and shit, but my iPhone is just right for this. Carlos, who really knows if the guy the Eagles really want is still out there? We definitely didn't expect Andy Reid, Doug Peterson, Nick Sirianni to be the first team to start a black quarterback. We different. Facts. When we hired Andy Reid, nobody wanted him. Nobody knew him. Doug Peterson, nobody wanted him. Doug Peterson was a scrub when he played. If y'all don't remember, he was a scrub, bro. Nick Sirianni, the narrative about him is they say that nobody would interview him. Like, he was the only place he was going to go. And these are the guys that had the most success. So it might not be the big name. It might not. And I don't think that. Of course, we all want the attract. Oh, Mike McDaniel. Of course, we want it. But it might be somebody like fucking Jim Bob Cooter or something like that. Or somebody like that's a stud on a quarter. That's a quarterback coach that's up and coming. Or somebody that's calling plays and helping with plays somewhere else. The bottom line is the Eagles are going to make the right decision because we could trust them with that. Jalen is also a coach's son, so that's the way he was raised. Absolutely. And when you're a coach's son, that's a good point. You know how to go with the program. You know not to overstep your boundaries. And you know you're going to do whatever it takes to win. You know that. And you know it's like it's about team. That's why you don't hear him running his mouth like AJ and shit, bitching. I'm sure he got a lot of shit to say. But he understands, especially coming from Saban and being around his dad. You got to hold your tongue, son. Be humble. And salute to his dad. I'm going to actually try to interview his dad. I'm going to reach out to him. I think that'll be a dope interview. A-Top, and I watched Jalen play when he was in Alabama with Derrick Henry. I watched him carry the team all the way to the national championship and beat Clemson in 2015, so nobody can tell me he ain't good. Yeah, he's great. He's a baller. He's a baller. Doug Peterson loves him. And then when you know the crazy part, all these racist analysts got all this shit to say. But when other coaches talk about Jalen, like when Shanahan was playing the Eagles and other coaches, they talk about his talent. They say, man, he got a strong arm. He can make every throw. He can run. He can beat you any type of way. This is what people that study the film say about him that's actually about to play him say that. Go back and listen. So the narrative about him not being able to do that is false, bro. It's false for real. My man Dank in the building. What up? He said the first time he came in after being drafted, he stayed until midnight. Wow. So look at these coordinates. So if you're just coming in, man, the narrative, you'll probably see it on the screen anyway. But I was just pointing out that, you know, it's a lot of jobs opening. Don't let the media do this. And in a way, we trigger them because we're in the chats, we're watching the videos, commenting, we're on Twitter, giving them engagement. So this all helps them at the end of the day. We think we're getting our rocks off, but it's helping them and shit. And that's why they keep doing stuff like this. But sometimes, like Diana Rossini was feeling it. She was feeling it. And this shit affects, if you watch it and read it, it does affect you. No matter how much you say, people inboxing you, people seeing you in the public. And that's what we need to start doing. I'm not saying particularly for Diana Rossini, but for these clowns, these racist clowns, we need to start saying stuff to them in public, man, and making them feel uncomfortable. I'm not saying like go and say nothing to their kids. And what I heard that was going on Howard Eskin. Fuck Howard Eskin for real. Right? For real. I don't give a fuck about him, but I don't support nobody doing nothing to nobody's kids or whatnot. But they need to start hearing from us as a fan base. I'm not saying touch nobody. We need to start showing like how we feel. Like, man, that was a bullshit ass take, man. That was a bull. Like, we need to start this passionate shit needs to start letting these haters and these racist commentators know how the hell we feel when we see them, man. We need to start letting them know, man. They need to start feeling uncomfortable in their fucking skin. for starting this bullshit. That's just the way I feel about it. You know? Listen to how Tom Brady talks about Jalen. Absolutely. But then you got a guy like Chase Daniel, a freaking bum, a career backup. He's spreading the narrative too. Who would you rather have? Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts. Like some of these dudes need to be punched in their face, man. Maybe that's an emotional thing to say, but some of these dudes need to be. Come on, man. That was a joke, y'all. Carlos, I love when the media doesn't speak on how most of the QBs came into great situations. They have the same OC and staff since they came in and leave because it would kill lots of that. Yeah, it's a lot, man. That's true. Because a lot of quarterbacks come into bad situations and it ruins them. We've seen it. But some quarterbacks come into great situations and they thrive. And that makes it different, the situation you come into. You can't say it doesn't. Exactly. I wish we would stop clicking and commenting on their posts. They're getting money out of it. Yeah, they're getting money and they love it. We paying their bills and shit, and they going to just wait for the next hot take to say. That's why I say we got to start making Philly uncomfortable. But most of the people don't even come to Philly like that. They don't even be around the city. Most of the guys that talk most of the trash, they in California, Florida. Like a Howard Eskin, touching on women and shit. Like, if I seen him, I would confront him. If I seen some of these dudes, I would confront them. Politely, but I would confront them. I would. That's just me. What's this one? If word on the street was Jalen didn't out to run much, the good thing, Jalen has more room for improvement. Seems like he wants to transition to more of a passer. I don't have a problem with that, but don't take it completely out because he's getting hit, bro. Like, people who say y'all want him to keep running, like, you want him to be a freaking punching bag and people to beat up on his body? You know how it feels to get hit by one of these train wrecks? You go out there and take hits. I don't blame him, but he shouldn't take that out of his arsenal because I think that makes him who he is. I really do. Not saying he can't be successful just passing. That run is a whole nother element, man. It's going to keep the defense off balance. So that's a good take. Appreciate that. His kid is grown. Well, somebody was saying his kid's in school. Some clown says he is kind of older. Why would he have kids in school? Well, I'll look into that. But his son is a clown, though. This is one that's on WIP. He's a clown. I think he might be a fruitcake, too. Marty Morningway suggested Lori draft Jalen. Give me 1 second, guys. And Drake May is better than Josh Allen. Give me a second. I'm holding down the post. I'll make sure somebody's here. Where's we at? My bad. Where's we at, y'all? 45 people in the building. Let's hit the thumbs up on the video. Let's like the video. I gotta start saying like because the thumbs up just don't resonate. Let's make sure you like the video. Hit the like button, the thumbs up on the video, guys. Let me go back to my chat. Marty also so don't let him snap. Yeah, Marty. Oh, yeah, you right about Marty. Marty was good, man. Blessings by God. I had a purpose before I had an opinion. You know what? What's great about our channel? We read comments without the super chats. Most other channels don't do that. Most other channels don't. Like, they make y'all pay. And then look, it'd be nice to get some super chat. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? But I read them without it because it keeps the content going and it makes people feel like they are part. Nobody wants to just comment and the host not read the comments. So I read it without super chats, man. I always have. Because I was doing this before they had super chats. You know what I mean? So what gets me is that black man is sitting, co-sign Chase Daniels BS. Jalen was the QB that won the Super Bowl. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100 I mean, I guess it don't mean nothing because they say he was carried. They got to find a reason to discredit him every step of the way. They have to find a reason. Anything that they can do, like even this, it has to be about Jalen. Anything about the Eagles, it has to, like, they keep talking about how the offense, how bad it was, and it was bad at times, but it's not easy to get to the Super Bowl. It's not easy to lose the Super Bowl the next year, be 10-1, then come back the next year and win like another 14 games, 15 games. That shit is not easy. I don't care who you have on the team. You know? Sam Darnold about to win. Yeah, and if he wins, we're going to say, look, he's a Super Bowl MVP if he get it. We're going to give him his props. I don't mind seeing it. And nobody ever said anything. No Eagles fan ever said anything about Sam Darnold. People try to push that narrative. Oh, the Eagles said, yes, if he wins a Super Bowl MVP, he's in that category. You got to show him love. In the back, they didn't hear you. You got to show him love because it ain't easy to do. Lamar couldn't do it. Josh couldn't do it. Burrow couldn't do it. Herbert ain't done it. They ain't done it. Golf with all that talent couldn't get it done. Purdy with all that talent couldn't get it done. They couldn't with all the great coaching. That's how hard it is. We know, but we know our guy did it and been there twice. That's what we can boast and brag and let our nuts hang and destroy all your narrative because our so-called limited guy did it at the highest level. You know? 1 second, guys. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Bam. Yo, bro. Yo. What's up, brother? Yeah, I'm here. I'm doing a little record. I'm almost done now. You about to come over? Yeah. I'm on. Yeah. Peace, y'all. My bad, y'all. My bad. Every time I go in here, I get called, but I'm not gonna be too much longer, man. I'm not gonna be too much longer. I wanted to come and share this with y'all real quick. Let me put my thing back on the thing. You know, I would love to keep rocking out with y'all, but I'll probably be back later on. It's gonna be they create the content. We're gonna keep busting it. Jalen is a tree. There's nothing to sway or move him. He's mentally strong QB, especially playing in Philly. And you know what? I think that pisses them off, yo. Because they want to get him emotional. They want him to scream and howl so they can put him in a different box. Right? They want him to crash out. So they get mad when he's just chilling. Ain't that crazy? They get pissed off when he's chilling, dog. They get pissed off when he's chilling. Because they can't put him into the narrative of the forward and what they want to put a black man, an angry black man that can't control his emotions. So if he sits there, he answers all the questions, he don't show you the emotion that you want to see because he already know what's going on with y'all, and he hears it all. Y'all get pissed. What gets me is they say Jalen is carried, but some complain about Allen and Burrow don't get help. Maybe we talked about that, Dank. We talked about that. They shouldn't need it, though. But then you can't say you don't have help when a guy's running wide open and you miss. If everybody's covered and you say, oh, these guys is ass, nobody open. Guys was open, Dank. We know that. Guys was running wide open, waiting for the ball. He overshot him. They pissed about that. Shady was physically shook and pissed about that he couldn't say his man, Josh Allen, went to the Super Bowl and won a ring. He was pissed about that. He was pissed. I'm going to do one more, guy. What's interesting is you ask any doubt about Jalen this question. Should the Eagles have traded up for Jalen? The answer would have been, yeah, hell yeah, he should have been a number 1 first round pick. Remember, they was gonna get Deshaun Watson. If they would have got Deshaun Watson, they would not have won a Super Bowl, bro. Think about that. They would have not have won a Super Bowl, bro. Like, that gets real, bro. But anyway, yo, hit the thumbs up on the video, man. I got to get going. I appreciate y'all. We rocked out today for 35 minutes. We're going to keep the content coming. Check out the last video I just did last night. It's a great one. And like I said, whenever I get an opportunity to come on here and destroy a narrative or give some real, I'm going to come on here and do exactly that, man. So I could pop up at any time, baby. I'm an entrepreneur. So, you know, I work for myself. So I could pop up at any time on here. You know what I mean? So make sure you guys subscribe, stay locked in, you know, to the channel and put those alerts on because you never know when we're going to drop something. So put those alerts on. You got to go to subscribe and then put all notifications on. That way anything pops off, breaking news, anything going on. I know it's a lot of channels. Salute to them out there. They give you a lot of that. But if you want to come over here, stay locked in. I definitely appreciate everybody listening. I will get everybody a shout out, but I got to go right now. But yeah, have a good, beautiful, beautiful Wednesday, man. Peace.